Hello students, today we will discuss pre-operative evaluation of liver disease. The preoperative history often uncovers the cause of liver disease, therapies and associated complications. The important issues to explore include cause of liver disease and degree of hepatic dysfunction. Patients with liver disease may be asymptomatic or they may complain of fatigue, weight loss, dark urine, pale stool, pruritus, right upper quadrant pain, bloating, and jaundice. Weight and vital signs, including oxygen saturation, are needed. During physical examination, the physical examination may reveal jaundice, bruising, ascites, pleural effusion, and peripheral edema or hypoxia. The presence of encephalopathy, coagulopathy, ascites, volume overload, and infectivity needs to be determined and explored preoperatively. The bilirubin level is generally higher than 2.5 mg per deciliter before the icterus can be seen in mucous membrane and the sclera. The examination may reveal hepatomegaly, splenomegaly, altered mental status. New onset of or worsening encephalopathy prompts an evaluation for precipitating factors such as worsening of liver disease, infection, drug effects, bleeding, or electrolyte disturbances. Now we will see the investigations. The preoperative evaluation may warrant further testing. The investigations will consist of ECG, CBC, the platelet count, electrolytes, blood urea nitrogen, and creatinine, liver function tests, albumin, and prothrombin time. An ammonia level may be helpful in patient with encephalopathy. Chest radiograph may identify effusion. The coagulopathy can be a result of vitamin K deficiency, and it is caused by inability to secrete bile, cholestatic disorders. The deficiency of coagulation factors became because of loss of synthetic function as a result of cirrhosis or thrombocytopenia, and due the thrombocytopenia may be secondary to splenomegaly or portal hypertension. Now we will see how we will correction of coagulopathy. The therapy to correct coagulopathy is directed at the cause. The vitamin K, fresh frozen plasma, or platelets are used to correct the deficiencies. The vitamin K 1 to 5 mg orally or subcutaneously daily for 1 to 3 days may correct prolonged PT, prothrombin time, and it carries minimal risk. Coagulopathy in patients with synthetic failure will probably not correct with such measures, and performing a type and screen will prepare the patient for platelet and fresh frozen plasma transfusions with goal to achieve platelet count should be more than or higher than 50,000 per cubic millimeter before surgery, and INR should be less than 1.5 prior to the surgery. The correction of anemia is controversial but may limit renal dysfunction. Then lactulose 30 mg orally every 6 hourly for 3 days before surgery with last dose given 12 hours before surgery, or oral bile salts with intravenous hydration beginning the night before surgery may reduce perioperative progression of renal disease in these patients. The reduction of ascites. If there is ascites, the reduction of ascites preoperatively may decrease the risk of wound dehiscence and it improves the pulmonary function. Then sodium restriction in diet and intravenous solutions. Then diuretics, especially spironolactone, which inhibit aldosterone, and paracentesis are useful. If fluid is aspirated, it is important to analyze it for infection. If the encephalopathy is frequently caused by acute insult such as infection, GI bleeding, hypovolemia, or sedatives. It is important to determine reversible factors and treat accordingly. The lactulose 30 ml every 6 hourly orally is first line of therapy. Then parenteral nutrition supplementation can be given, has got a benefit. Patients who abuse alcohol are at risk for neurological deterioration if thiamine, folate, and vitamin B12 supplements are not provided, particularly when nutrition or glucose is given. These patients are also at risk for alcohol withdrawal symptoms. Now we will see about the elective surgery. Delaying elective surgery until after an acute episode of hepatitis or an exacerbation of chronic disease has resolved, or until a diagnosis is established if hepatic dysfunction is newly detected, is appropriate. The elective surgery is contraindicated in patients with acute fulminant liver disease, including alcoholic, which has got mortality more than 55%, or viral, which has got mortality of more than 10%. Then, if there is impairment of synthetic and excretory functions of the liver and portal hypertension, ascites, these are the risk factors. Patients with severe liver disease have increased perioperative mortality. Thank you.